What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, coming to you from the basement. Tonight we're gonna we're gonna give you Z's NBA playoff predictions. We got the seedings. We know who's in. We know the matchups. Hell, today we even got a little glimpse of a couple of game ones. Let's talk about it. Let's pop it off with the Eastern Conference. We're going to start with the 1-8 Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat. These teams got history. These teams know each other very well. I say that to say this. I don't think Miami's going to be a cakewalk. Even though in the previous video, I didn't even have Miami making it out of the play-in. So, kudos to Miami. But just, if I'm just being honest with you, Milwaukee's just too good. I won't say they're better coached, but Milwaukee's just too good. You got a championship coach. You got two-time MVP. You got championship pedigree. Too big, too strong. I got the Bucks. I got the Milwaukee Bucks winning this series in 5. I think Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo is going to give it everything they got. But my opinion on the Heat is this. There's a reason that the only championships that the Heat have are when they had teams accumulated of Hall of Famers. The first one, Shaq, D. Wade. You even had Lonzo Mourning and I think Gary Payton on that team. James Posey, even though he's not a Hall of Famer, but championship pedigree. The big three, Braun, Wade, Bosh. I think that's why you've seen like Miami only be so good and not great, because they're sticking with their culture. They're sticking with what they know, but they Jimmy and Bam need help. And I'm not talking about a above 35-year-old Kyle Lowry. I'm not talking about trying to make Tyler Hero a 30-point-a-game scorer, even though he looks like he could possibly become that one day. But the Heat just need help. I'm just being honest with you. They just need help. So we got the Bucks over the Heat. We're going to go to the 2-7 Celtics versus Hawks. Jesus Christ. We got a little glimpse of this series today, and it did not look good. The Celtics went up by 30 in Game 1. I said that correct, 30 over my Hawks. Hawks were able to fight back and get it back to single digits, but they spent so much energy and effort into the comeback that they weren't able to complete the comeback. So Celtics up 1-0. I have the Celtics winning this series 4-2. 4-2. I have the Celtics winning this series 4-2. The Celtics, I'm not even going to say the Celtics necessarily have a better team than the Hawks. From a talent perspective, from an overall team standpoint, the Celtics are better coached. And the Celtics are better coached. The Celtics are in a better rhythm. The Celtics don't have the same issues that the Hawks have. The Hawks are, in my opinion, having identity issues, ego issues, and it's that you just don't have that on the Celtics. For the past 2 years, Jaylen Brown has been talking about he's been talked about getting traded, and they're inseparable. But Boston 4-2 over the Hawks. That's just my opinion. Next we got 3-6. Oh Lord, 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. Before watching Game 1, I really thought the Brooklyn Nets might have had a chance at pulling an upset. I don't think that anymore. I think there's a very good chance that the Nets could get swept. I'm going to say Philly in 5, but playoff basketball, playoff physicality, it just doesn't look like what got Brooklyn to the playoffs after KD and Kyrie was traded is going to get them very far. Mikal Bridges has had a hell of a season in the Brooklyn Nets uniform. Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie. the Nets have a lot to figure out. Personally, I hope to see Cam Johnson a lot. I said Cam Johnson. Cam Thomas a lot in these playoffs, but you never know. I don't know what the deal is with that kid. I don't know why he's not getting regular burn, but something's got to give. He's too damn good. 4-5. We got Cleveland and New York. This is the only series in the Eastern Conference I see going to 7. I just don't know who I have winning. I think the Cavaliers miss Kevin Love. I don't necessarily understand that move either, because Kevin Love with the Cavaliers, they were 4th, 5th. Go to Miami, they were 8th. It's just weird. I don't know. I gotta go New York. I like Cleveland. I like their structure. I like the team. I like the identity. Something about this Knicks team that just doesn't sit right with me, and I mean that in a good way. I got the Knicks over the Cavs in 7. Let's move on to the second round. That would put us what? So what? Top 4 seeds advance, yeah. So that means 1 versus 4. That would be Milwaukee versus New York. Ooh, that's tough. I'm going to say 4-2 Milwaukee. Reason for saying 4-2 Milwaukee is because I feel like after going 7 games that New York is going to get a game early in that series, which is going to kind of put the Bucks in a somewhat uncomfortable situation. But ultimately, Giannis. I don't see an answer for Giannis. I don't. You got Julius Randle. You got Mitchell Robinson. You got Obi Toppin. You got 5'5", Isaiah Hartenstein. You got those guys, but I just don't see it. I mean, between Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, it's one thing to, contain or limit Giannis to, his minimum whatevers. But, you got 3 guys that could, crash the boards. And, seriously, there have been multiple box scores this year where the Bucks have had 2 to 3 guys with double-figure rebounds. That's uncommon. And I can see those games becoming very defensive, mid to high 90s, low 100s. But the Bucks are a very scary team. A lot of people, discredit the Bucks. A lot of people kind of frown upon the Bucks. I don't know if it's because it's Milwaukee. I don't know what it is. The Bucks are a very dangerous and scary team. I got the Bucks winning that series 4-2 over the New York Knicks. And let me say this. I genuinely want to say this. Signing of the offseason. Fucking Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, has been the most impactful offseason acquisition of any team. Yes, Lauri Markkanen has had an amazing season. Yes, Donovan Mitchell has had an amazing season. But what Jalen Brunson has done for that organization, for that fan base, what Jalen Brunson has done for the city of New York is outstanding. And to see the flip side of what's happening in Dallas, here's a question. Who's better? Kyrie Irving or Jalen Brunson? That is a serious question. That is a genuinely serious question. Okay, we can move forward. I got the Bucks over the Knicks in 6. The other series would be Boston versus Philly. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one for a lot of different reasons. You got Doc Rivers, who won a championship with the Celtics, having to play a series as a competitor in that building. I feel like that's gonna be tough. Second problem I see is I don't know what. Listen, I watched Al Horford play here in Atlanta for a very long time, and I watched a lot of it live in person. I don't know where the term Embiid stopper came from when it comes to Al Horford. Al Horford is a very good and solid defensive player, but to go as far as calling him an Embiid stopper, that's a little too much. I don't know if you guys remember this, but you guys remember when the Hawks had their 60-win season, made it to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I remember watching, I don't know if it was Game Time or what it was, but they genuinely thought DeMar Carroll was going to stop LeBron James. I love DeMar Carroll. Junkyard Dog to this day. My boy, Mizzou product. Love DeMar Carroll. Sometimes you just got to take things for what they are. That's going to be an interesting series. I see that series going 7 games. And it's just tough. It's very tough. I mean, in my opinion, these are two very evenly matched teams. Ooh, this is tough. Damn. It's like they have offsetting problems. Who stops or slows down Jalen and Tatum, and who stops and slows down Embiid? And then you can't forget about Harden. Maxi's a bucket. That Boston team, they just know their roles. They do. You can watch them play. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both can have 40, and they can be the only 2 people in double figures. But you won't know they have 40 until you go look at the box score. Watching the game, you would think Smart has 20, White has 20, like Brogdon might have 15. That team is so versatile. It's ridiculous. On the flip side of that, you got Philly, who might genuinely have the MVP of the league this year, Joel Embiid. James Harden, who looks like he's about to have a hell of a playoffs. This is Philly's problem. Second round. And I'll be honest with you. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I'm going to take Philadelphia 76ers over the Boston Celtics in 7 games. That will put us with the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals, with the Bucks having home court. I'm sorry. I don't see anybody beating the Bucks in a 7-game series. I don't. Until it happens, I don't see it happening. I don't see anybody beating the Bucks in a 7-game series. I just don't. The Bucks are my representative for the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. How we gotta move that. Next. Western Conference. 1-8. Denver Nuggets. Minnesota Timberwolves. Don't sleep on the Timberwolves, man. I got the Nuggets 4-2. 4-2. I got Timberwolves taking 2 of those games. It ain't nothing against the Nuggets. I know a lot of people give the Nuggets a hard time. It ain't nothing against the Nuggets. The West is stacked. Like, stacked. I'm going to say it again. The West is stacked. I got the Nuggets. Jamal Murray getting back in the playoff basketball. Michael Porter Jr. finally being healthy, boy. Good Lord, I'm so happy about that. My feet hurt, y'all. Anyway, Michael Porter Jr. They're good. They are very good. They are damn near great. But they just have so much inexperience within experience, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Is Jokic and Aaron Gordon are like the most. I don't know. I got the Nuggets in 6. Nuggets in 6. 2-7. Grizzlies and Lakers. I'm gonna just get this out the way. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I don't care. I got the Lakers winning this game in 6 series and in 6 games. I got the Lakers over the Grizzlies in 6. I got the Lakers over the Grizzlies in 6. I got the Lakers over the Grizzlies in 6. Main reason, I feel like there's going to be way too much pressure on Jaren Jackson Jr. No Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark. AD is all yours. I know you got a nice poster of him, but AD, I don't know. I just got a funny feeling, and it ain't just me. It's a lot of people. A lot of people feel the same way as I do about this. So, I got the Lakers in 6 over the Grizzlies. We going 3-6. Let's go. 3-6 Mafia. We got the Kings versus the Warriors. I got a cough so bad and I'm trying not to. Got the Kings versus the Warriors. Kings won game 1 tonight, and it was actually pretty fucking impressive. Not even gonna lie to you. It was actually pretty damn dope to watch that whole scene, environment, that city be revitalized with victory. It's amazing. The Kings have had a great season, and they're gonna do nothing but go up from here. Couldn't hold it in. Anyway, the Kings are gonna be so good in the future, and near future that is too. I don't really see them losing a lot of games over the next couple of years. I see that becoming like a destination spot for potential free agents. I don't know. The Warriors are the champs, and it's just hard for me to go against the champs. If I'm being honest with you, I got the Warriors winning that series in 7. Got the Warriors winning that series in 7. Now we're gonna get to the 4-5. This one's tough for me as well because it's Clippers versus Suns. Clippers. I don't think PG-13 is going to be ready to go yet, but Russell Westbrook is playing great basketball. Kawhi Leonard is back in the playoffs and healthy. Then you got the Suns, the new powerhouse. Suns are the new powerhouse. You need Paul George in this series. You need Paul George so bad. The reason you need Paul George is because if Kawhi Leonard can somewhat neutralize or not even contain, but just make KD work as hard as possible for whatever he gets. You need somebody to put that same energy and effort into Devin Booker. Russell and Chris, let them do what they do. But I love Terrence Mann. I'm a huge fan of Terrence Mann, but I don't want Terrence Mann guarding Devin Booker for 35 to 40 minutes. I need that to be Paul George. I need Terrence Mann doing everything else that he does to affect the game, in my opinion. I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be too much. I got the Suns winning this series 4-2 over the Clippers. But this is going to be one of those series that when you go back and look at it, you're like, man, the Clippers could have got this one. I think the Clippers are going to leave a couple games on the table, but that's just my opinion. Second round. We on to the second round. We got 1 versus 4. We got Nuggets versus Suns. I ain't going to waste nobody's time. I got Phoenix. And it's again nothing against Denver, nothing against Jokic, nothing against nobody on their team. It's just how it's lining up. The matchups is not in their favor. It's not. Granted, I understand DeAndre Ayton can't fuck with Jokic. I get it. I understand. A lot of other people don't. And there's still four other players on the court. I just don't see it. I from a defensive standpoint, I don't see anybody on that Nuggets team that can do anything with the offensive caliber players that the Suns have. Who guards Devin Booker? Who guards Kevin Durant? Hell, can Jamal Murray even put Chris Paul in somewhat uncomfortable situations? You know what I mean? The only favorable matchup I feel like you have in that particular series would be, of course, Jokic over Ayton, and what? Aaron Gordon over Torrey Craig. I got Phoenix winning that series, and I got them winning in 6. I don't think the Nuggets would be able to. I got the Phoenix Suns winning that series in 6. Lakers and Warriors. This the one right here. This the one. Could you imagine if this was to actually happen? Lakers versus Warriors, second round. That in a 7-game series. Oh my God. Oh, this is hard. This is so hard. Lakers, Warriors. 2 teams that couldn't be more different. Jesus Christ. As much as I would want the Lakers to win this series, I can't go against the Warriors. I got the Warriors in 7. I do. I got the Warriors in 7. And I'm not even confident in that. Oh my God, Bron. Oh. Warriors in 7. I just don't think the Lakers are gonna be able to score enough points. Warriors versus Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals. Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals. This is tough because Steph Curry has been Chris Paul's kryptonite since Steph Curry got drafted. Devin Booker and Klay Thompson have the ability to offset each other, but I still don't know what. In order for the Golden State Warriors to win that series, Jordan Poole is going to have to play some of the best basketball he's ever played. Looking at the starting lineups, they offset each other. They do. They offset each other. That's going to be a hell of a series if it comes down to that. I got Phoenix. I got Phoenix in 7. I got the Phoenix Suns in 7. I don't know why I'm so scared of KD right now. You know what? I'll tell you what it is. I'm scared of KD with help. I'm scared of KD with genuine help. I've seen KD with unreliable help in OKC. I've seen KD with over-reliable help in Golden State. And I've seen KD with no help in Brooklyn. I don't I think KD is to the point in his career where he's like, fuck all the bullshit. I just want to win, and I'm going to win by any means necessary. Not to say that the Warriors aren't hungry. I just feel like Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns are going to want it more. And I don't like that team. I used to love Devin Booker, but Devin Booker has slowly kind of made me not like him as a player. Love his game. Love his game. But you can't talk the way Devin Booker be talking and not have any type of accolades or nothing to show for it. And I know that's easy to say for somebody recording YouTube videos in his basement, but that's just my opinion. It is what it is. I got the Phoenix Suns winning that series in 7. So we got a final rematch of a couple of years ago. Bucks, Phoenix Suns. KD, Giannis. Lord have mercy. What is going on? That's hard. That's hard because this is kind of the same Bucks team from the year they won the finals. Couple minor changes, couple things that are different, but for the most part, the core and the roots of that team is still intact. The Suns, you can kind of say the same thing, but there's one difference: Kevin Durant. That's not gonna be Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson. That's gonna be KD. Giannis. Chris Middleton, true. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. The Phoenix Suns are going to have to make shots in that series. The Phoenix Suns are going to need to be able to reduce what Milwaukee does well. And that's rebound, pack the paint. They have to make shots. And I just hate putting that type of pressure on teams in final situations. I don't like those odds. I do not like those odds. It's so easy for me to be able to see the Suns getting one shot down, Milwaukee coming down and just beating them. Milwaukee. I got the Bucks winning the NBA Finals this year. I got the Milwaukee Bucks winning the NBA Finals this year. I don't know how many games. I don't know how long. I have no idea. I got the Bucks over the Phoenix Suns in the finals. That's what I got. All right. I got the Bucks over the Suns. I appreciate y'all. That was tough. That was hard. That was very hard. That was very hard. I really wanted to go a lot more in depth, but we already at 20-something minutes, and I ain't want this video to be an hour long. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I love you. If you ever need anything, give me a call or just comment. Whatever you want. It don't matter. Whatever. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, and share. I am Z. This is The Basement. I love y'all. Z out.